Hey there, everyone. It's Aaron Hughes from Food Dog Group. And in the past couple of weeks, I've been sharing videos to help you elevate your time management, be more productive, be more efficient, get more done, and along the way, achieve your goals, become a better leader, and grow your life and business. In this video, I want to share with you a strategy that I use in my own daily to-do list, my daily productivity task list, and it helps me get more done. I'm going to share it with you. It's really simple, and I hope that you find some value in it. Maybe you can apply some of these principles to your own daily to-do list. So first up, the concept here, the basic concept is you get up in the morning, you show up to your desk, and you have a list of things to do. Now, that could be in a piece of software, it could be on a piece of paper. I don't really care. This kind of works for both. I use some software. I'm actually going to do another video in a few days about what software I use for time management. But however you end up doing your time management sort of daily task list, that's where this applies, what I'm about to share with you. So in the past, I have just had a daily task list of like a whole bunch of things that I want to do in the day. However, you can start your day and it ends up being, kind of overwhelming to have this giant list. So I found value in grouping the list together in certain ways. Now, there are some other theories and strategies that other people, other time management experts have suggested, and I'm going to reference a couple of those, but I'm going to reference them later in this video. First, I'm going to share with you what I do. So I basically categorize all of my daily tasks into, I didn't count them, but like 5 or 6 categories. And so the categories that I gather them into, the first one is aware, just things I want to be aware of. So it might be things like birthdays. It might be like an inspiring quote or an inspiring phrase that I want to start my day with. And I usually go in and I look at those aware pieces. Very first thing, very rarely is there an action item associated with them. They're more just like, keep this at the top of my mind. If it's a birthday, I'll wish the person happy birthday. But most often, the aware pieces, the aware category of tasks are just like things that I want to keep at the top of my mind. Read that inspiring quote to set my day, to start my day well. Next piece that I categorize my to-dos into for the day is appointments. Now, that's maybe not a perfect word for it. Maybe a better, more complete word might be time-specific things or meetings or something. I picked appointment at some point. It's always just stuck. So this is things in your day that are, they need to happen at a certain time through the day, maybe a call, you have a face-to-face appointment, or you've got something you have to do. I like to have a big sweaty workout at the end of the day on Friday. I want to start my weekend, finish my week and start my weekend with a crazy workout. And so I schedule an appointment for like Friday evening, usually before dinner. And then I have a big workout. I don't schedule all of my workouts in the week, but I schedule that one. So that's just one example. Sometimes it's an appointment or meeting with other people. Sometimes it's a time-specific thing. If I have, for example, a personal challenge that I want to read a chapter of a book every day, I set that as an appointment. And then I group sort of all my appointments, time-specific things, meetings, and so on, all together in one category. The third category in my daily task list is do. It's the action things that I have to do in the day. So I just call it do. And it could be broken down into subcategories. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Let's put a pin in that part of the conversation. But basically, I have this big chunk of tasks that I just call do. So that's the third category, and it's basically anything I have to take action on today. The fourth category that I have in my task list is delegate. I do separate those out from do into delegate, and that's kind of a fairly new thing I've started to do in the past couple of years. Before, when I was a freelance copywriter, there was no delegate. It was all on me, and so I just kind of had everything stacked into the do section. But as I have worked with my co-founders, Mike and Jennifer, to grow Food Dog Group, we've grown a large team. We, of course, have people that I have to delegate things to. And so I am improving my ability to delegate, and I'm being more intentional about it. So I've created this sort of extra category called delegate, and stuff that used to be in do that I need to instead hand to someone else, I put delegate. Then the last category, I think I'm at number 5 right now. The last category that I group my stuff into each day is called wait. And basically that's things that I'm waiting on that I don't want to just lose. So I'm a big believer in, like when you send something out to a person, or when you like are waiting for something to arrive in the mail, or you're looking for that email, I don't want to just kind of like leave that and hope it happens, and then if it doesn't, I've forgotten about it. I want to always have that reminder to myself that I'm waiting for this thing. Then if I need to follow up with the person, or make a call to see like, hey, where is this thing happening? I have that list of things that I am waiting on, because I don't like to just have it floating out there and rely on my memory to like hope that I remember that I'm waiting for an email. I want to be reminded of that, and then I can kind of close that loop or follow up with the person if I need to. So those are the categories I typically categorize things into. My daily task list every day, I get up, I open the software that I use, and I have my list of stuff for the day: aware, appointments, do, delegate, and wait. And then I just get to my day. And the way I usually run it is I will handle the aware stuff. I just review it. Very, very little action in aware. Kind of check those off, move those to the next day. Appointments, I review those, and then of course I show up on time to them. Do, I just start doing. And then, or delegating, I also, I'll delegate things. And then the wait, I'll review those, scan those really quick. Is there anything I need to take an action on? Most often, no, but once in a while, it's been a week since I heard from this person. I really should follow up and see how they're coming along with that thing. So that's how I handle things. Okay, earlier in the conversation, just a few minutes ago, I was talking about the different categories. I said do. The do category is a pretty big category, and there is the temptation to subcategorize that category of tasks. And I put a pin in the conversation until now to talk about that. So let's talk about that now. So the other categories, aware, appointment, delegate, and wait, aren't that big. They can be stacked up, but they're not too bad. But the do category can get really full of a lot of tasks. And the temptation is to subcategorize it into smaller tasks. And there are, or like smaller categories, and there are productivity and time management experts out there who have recommendations for that. I actually don't mind David Allen's GTD model, where he talks about context, categorizing by context, like where you are working. If you are running errands, then these are your errand type of action items. And if you are at your desk, these are your at your desk action items, and that type of thing. That's not bad. There's other ones, like other types of categorization that might be just like priority. Like these are my priority A, priority B, priority C. So that one's not too bad too. There are other ones that are like batching. Like I'm making phone calls. These are all my phone calls. I'm I'm at my desk writing. I'm doing creative work. These are all the creative pieces. I'm at my desk problem solving. These are the problem solving pieces. So those are 3 pretty common ways to subcategorize the do tasks, and they're not bad. And I do that a little bit, but here's the difference. I don't subcategorize when I'm entering the items into my task list. I used to do that, but I found that I was getting so caught up in filling out all these categories and subcategories as I was entering a task. Something comes in by email, I got to put it in my to-do list. And I'm kind of in my to-do list, and I'm kind of I got to pick which, okay, it's a do, but is it a phone call or whatever? And I ended up spending a lot of time picking and choosing all these different things, or trying to think in advance what the project or the task was. and it actually slowed me down because I wasn't getting things into my task list fast enough. It would end up sitting in my inbox because I wasn't like mentally processing it, because I had to mentally process it in order to get it into my task list. So the shift I made was thinking, okay, look, I can subcategorize all my do actions, all my tasks in the do category on the day that I have to do them. But before that, I want to be able to put things into my task list quickly and efficiently. Because if you have too many categories, you're thinking too far, too deep into a task, and that can take too much time to get the stuff in. Just get it into your task list, and then you can subcategorize later. So I've got these big categories: aware, appointment, do, delegate, and wait. But then on the day that I'm actually going to do them, I look at my do categories, and usually what pops out is like, okay, these are the top priorities, and then like I'm going to batch my work. And so on the day of, I will sometimes subcategorize, but my day is really largely like a whole bunch of Zoom calls with times in between. And when those times in between is when I'll go and look at my do list and handle batches of priority. So I hope that was helpful for you. Don't look at a big overwhelming to-do list, a big overwhelming daily task list, because you can look at it and then you end up doing something else because it just takes a lot of energy to look at it and figure out what to do next. The best thing you can do is take your daily task list, divide it up into at least those 5 categories: aware, appointment, do, delegate, and wait, and then handle what you can by priority or context or by batching your work. And I believe when you do that, I found at least, you get way more done. You can stay more focused. You know kind of like when things are happening and what needs to happen when you don't have appointments and meetings. So try that, apply it to your time management system, whatever system you're using, and give it a shot. See if you are not more efficient and productive today. All right, everyone, have an amazing day.